everybody and welcome to Crafty Cleggs. My name is Jeanette and today I'm coming to you from a different location, as you can see. I am coming to you from the southwest of England where my daughter lives, Katie, with her wife Justina, their son Maddox and their little dachshund dog Betsy. I am currently dog and house sitting and I have an extra dog. I have their friend's dog as well, so I am currently house and dog sitting Betsy and Wren. I will pop a little picture in so you can see Wren. They are wandering around somewhere, I don't know. One's here and one's in the garden. So I am up south or down south. I never know. Up south? No, down south. I am down south. In my favourite place of all, as those of you who have been around for a while know, my daughter lives in Frome and I love it. They have gone to a festival called End of the Road, which is normally the last festival of the year. So that's where they are now. They've gone with some friends and their little boy, and Maddox has gone as well. So yeah, it's a family festival, this one. And so that's why I've got all the pets, but I don't mind. I'm quite happy to be surrounded by pets. Anyway, I just wanted to introduce myself and I've just remembered I haven't made a drink. So I am going to say, go and get yourself a drink and I shall be back momentarily and we'll get started. Did you get yourself a drink? Good, I did. I have had one of their, I'll just show you this, their Bird and Blend. And this is a spiced pumpkin, and it actually smells delicious. I've got to let it brew for 4 minutes. Oh, it's absolute. Oh, wish you could smell it. It smells like autumn. Anyway, that's my drink. So what I want to show you today is some of the things that I'm working on. A couple of things that I've finished and only been small, so I've been able to bring them. I haven't really been very active in the past couple of weeks with my crocheting. I don't know why, I just haven't done much crocheting. I've done the odd bits here and there. I don't know if it's because we've had other things to do. You know, your days just whiz by and you think before you know it, it's time for bed and you've done nothing. Well, it's been a bit like that, really. Please excuse if you can hear the dogs playing in the background, but unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that. So I'll tell you what I've brought with me to work on. I have brought my Knoll 9 patch blanket because when I realised it was the 1st of September today, I thought I need to get on with that because time is whizzing by and before you know it, I'll have all my autumnal decorations up, but nothing for Christmas. So I brought that and I'm working on that. I have brought a few things. I've not brought the wreath, my Halloween wreath. I haven't brought it, but I've brought some bits and pieces that I'm working on to put on it. I am working on my October fairy and I brought some little socks, you know, the tiny little miniature socks that I was doing to do in different colours, and I brought some odds and ends of Christmas yarn, 4-ply Christmas yarn that I had, that I could make little socks out, all in one colour, not do different, heels and toes. Just bear with me a minute, these dogs are going mad. Guys, please. Thank you. Right, so first of all, I'll show you the couple of things that I've finished. So I'm not going to go into too much detail because you've seen all these before, but I just wanted to show you that I have finished them, and that is my vintage tinsel signature West Yorkshire Spinners socks, and they are done. Here we go, 2 pair. I almost got them matching, but not quite. But never mind, I'm not bothered. I'm not one that's, really, really bothered about that. I don't mind odd socks. But they do look more or less the same when you've got them. I just need to sew in that end. Oh, I don't know what the dogs are doing. When you've got them like that, let me show you. It's a bit of a mishmash, isn't it, this podcast? So they do need washing and blocking, as you can see by the lines, but I do not intend to wear these until the beginning of December. I am on with my other pair of socks with my other West Yorkshire Spinners, my Christmas ones, but I just couldn't get everything in my bag. I just thought, I came on the train and I thought, I'm not struggling with everything, I'll just take what I can. Anyway, so that is one finished item. I finished them a couple of weeks ago. Well, just after I did the last podcast. I've just dropped something on the floor there. So my next finished item was actually a free pattern. Now, you know what I'm like for remembering names and stuff, and so I can't remember the names. So I will tell you now, everything I talk about today, I will leave in my description box underneath this video. There is a down arrow. If you press that, it brings all the information of what I've talked about today. Yeah, so this was a free pattern. It was meant to be in a 4-ply, but I used stonewash. No, I didn't use stonewash. I used Sheepy's Sweet Treat, and I don't even know what it's called. This is how put together this video is, but I'll show it to you anyway. Like I say, I'll leave it all down below, and here she is. She is for my miniature shelf. Is she not just adorable? Look at that. Oh, I love it. And she is called Rue. She's Mushroom Girl, but she's called Rue. And I don't know if you'll be able to see this. You probably will not. So I will put a picture. Where's my camera? So I'll put a picture in. You probably won't be able to see that. That says Rue. And I'm going to sew it on her somewhere, maybe on her chest. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to sew it on her. Yeah, and this was a completely free pattern. I loved it. I really enjoyed making it. The only thing is, when I am crocheting my micro mini, I'm calling these my micro mini because this is as small as I'd like to go, really. Not because I don't enjoy doing it, but I can't see very well. I will have to get like a special tape because it hurts my fingers. You know, with the I use a 1.50 crochet hook, and it's quite sharp, and it really, really hurts your fingers there. So I'm going to have to get some kind of, I'm sure, like a plaster or tape that I could put on. But yeah, I used Sheepy's Sweet Treat, and it took me no time at all. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And I used a 1.5mm crochet hook, and Rue is going to go on my miniature shelf. And I have tried her, she just about fits on the shelf nicely. You have to like squash your head down a little bit or squash your hat down a little bit. But she does actually fit on the shelf quite nicely. So that is one of my other finished items that I've got to show you. The other thing that I want to talk about, if you haven't already noticed, Jeanette's still got long hair. There's a tail. Oh God, that is gorgeous. Well, no, there's not a tail. I rang my hairdressers to make an appointment, and she'd gone to Thailand on holiday, and Andrea is the only lady I will let cut my hair. And she was on holiday for, I think it was 2.5 weeks, and then I was coming here, and in the meantime I thought, I quite like my hair this length. You know, when you just cannot make your mind up. And I spoke to my daughter about it. I said, what do you think? And she said, Mum, don't rush into anything, because once you've cut it, I know it's only hair, but it does take a long time to grow. And especially mine, it's taken me about, I'd say 12 months, maybe a little bit longer to get it to this length, but it'll stay like this forever now. And then all of a sudden it'll have a growing spurt. My hair doesn't grow very quickly after it gets to a certain length. So yeah, hence this is why I've still got, I would have had short hair if Andrea hadn't have been on holiday. So was that a sign that I shouldn't have it cut? I don't know. Anyway, that's why I've still got long hair. So I'll carry on. So the next thing that I'm going to show you, I have been making for my Halloween wreath. I never know how to say that. Halloween, for my Halloween wreath. I've not done much because I forgot to bring a colour yarn that I needed. I have got a double knit yarn that I might be able to use, but I want it to be right. So for the sake of a few days, I'm going back home on Monday. They come back late Monday night, and my train is Monday morning, I think about 12 o'clock, something like that. So I don't want to really substitute it for another yarn. So it is the Ghost. Is that the right way around, or is it that way around? I can't remember. And I also had no safety eyes. It called for safety eyes, and I also had none with me. So what I will do, because it's just an ornament, what I'll do when I get home, I'll get Tim to cut off the screw that you screw in onto the safety. You know, the safety eyes come and then they've got like a thread that goes in. I'll get him to cut that off, and I'll just stick them on with my hot glue gun where it says in the pattern. So I have done the ghost. Again, I used Sheepy's Katona 2.5mm hook and white, but that is going to look really good. I thought it might be a bit big, and like I say, I haven't got the wreath with me because obviously I didn't want to carry that around. It's round and big, and I had limited space. So yeah, it looks rather big, but I think it'll be all right once it's finished, because I've looked at the picture. I will put a picture in of the wreath that I'm talking about, round about here. I have had a look at the wreath, and it is big on the wreath, and then you've got the big gnome that goes in the middle, so that's oversized as well, so I think it's going to be all right. But I want a purple hat for my ghost, and I forgot to bring purple. Anyway, so that's as far as I can go with my ghost. And then I have made oh, don't you love listening to the pets play? I do. I can't be cross with them. And then I have made 3 candy corns that also go onto the wreath. I think they're just sort of randomly placed like this on one side of the wreath. I think these go over the spider. And again, them are done in Sheepy's Katona 2.5mm crochet hook. Aren't they lovely? Those was really quick and easy to do. Really quick and easy. Just bear with me and I'll have to calm them down. Sorry about that. They was really going mad. One of them was going to get hurt. They was just going berserk up and down the kitchen. They have an open plan dining room and living room, and then a kitchen doorway here, and it's quite a long run. And they was just going berserk. They was going up and down. Yeah, one of them was going to get hurt, probably. Anyway, so yeah, so I've made the ghost and the candy canes, the candy corns. I think that's what you call them. Candy corn? I don't know. Anyway, I've made them, and I've brought some grey. This is a light grey. I don't know if you can see it in this light. And this is for another one of the little spiders. So I've got that to make as well. So that's not so bad. I've managed to get 3 things I'll manage to get done. The candy, the ghost, and another spider. So that's not too bad. So yeah, that is what I'm working on for that wreath. And then, I saw on YouTube, I just happened to be flicking through. I was actually flicking through looking for paper crafting. And I was flicking through, and all of a sudden I saw this beautiful crocheted pine cone, and I thought, oh, I wonder if there's a pattern for that. Anyway, there wasn't a pattern for it. It was a free tutorial on YouTube. And again, I'll leave it for you in the description box below. And I have been obsessed. Absolutely obsessed. So, here's the first one I made. Is that not just fabulous? I absolutely love it. This is worked up in Stylecraft. I can't remember. And I saved the ball band at home and I haven't brought it. I've saved it for you at home. I'll have a look. Stylecraft Heather? I'll have a look and I'll put it on the screen for you what it is. So I made this and I just thought, I've got to have a bowl in the dining room full of those with maybe a few lights scattered in between. What do you think? Doesn't that sound nice for autumn? So I made this one and then got the bug. So I made a mustard one. Then I made a cream one. Oh, I love them. I absolutely love them. And they are so simple to make. Even, I'd say, they're beginner friendly. They really are. And especially with a video to watch. A video tutorial Anybody can do this. So if you're quite new to crocheting and you're feeling a bit worried or a bit apprehensive because it might be too much for you, please don't. I highly recommend you go over and try this pattern. So then I thought, it needs something warm. So I then made this one. This is Stylecraft Special DK, and that is Claret. And then I thought it just needs a little pop. So I made a 5th one in cream, and I might just make a green one. Maybe, I don't know, maybe one in Cypress or Lincoln. I know that they're not colours of pine cones, but I don't care. I love them. I absolutely love them. You don't need much stuffing. It's actually, I must tell you about this because it's actually a pattern for a pine cone purse. And I had to slightly adapt it at the bottom here to round it off to be able to stuff it and it not come through, but it's dead easy. You could just finish doing how she tells you to do it. And then what I did is I just went all the way around into where you've already been working and did 1 single crochet, and then I did 2 single crochets together, and then I cut my thread and I then threaded it through the front loop only, pulled it, and it brings it nice and tight. I mean, it is a little bit gappy, I'm not saying it isn't, but you know, I mean, some of them are more gappy than others. Just trial and error, that's all I'm going to say. But I would definitely, highly recommend you have a go at these. Are they not just fabulous? I love them. I love the colour. This has got to be my favourite one, to be fair, because if you look at it, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it's got like a bit of a halo? It's a bit like, well, it's heather. It says it's, so I don't know whether that makes, well, it does make a difference because that's Stylecraft Heather and this is Stylecraft Special DK. All these are Stylecraft Special DK. And I'll tell you what colours they are. This is Claret, this is Toy, this is Cream, and I think that's is it mustard? Not sure, but I think that's mustard. So yeah, I'm just going to make a green one and I'm going to have them in a big bowl on my dining room table, and I'm just going to get a string of fairy lights, just a small one with battery operated, and then I can stick it on the underside of my bowl just for night time, and with a couple of candles and my fairy lights on. Oh, it'll be so cozy. Right, so I'll show you what I'm working on. I'm working on the Knoll 9 patch Christmas blanket. Put picture in for you here. I did start this, maybe last month was it, when I was doing, did I do July vlogs? See, I can't remember. Isn't that terrible? Yeah, I did, didn't I? I vlogged in July. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did, definitely did. Anyway, that's when I did one. I didn't really want to start it until I'd got other things finished, but you know when you just have an urge, and I had an itch and I needed to scratch it. So I did one square and tried it, and I absolutely loved it. So now I am on to my 3rd square. So I've got 5 just plain granny squares done. And these are I've got my shade card here that Tim made me. So this is Lincoln. This is the shade card that Tim, is it focusing? That Tim made for me. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in Lincoln. So that is half of 1 square. And then this is the other, no, that's 3/4 of, no. Anyway, 5, there's 9 patches, 9 squares, so I did 5 of them, and then we've got 4 of these. And these are supposed to be holly. Aren't they lovely? I absolutely love them. I am doing mine different. I'm changing it up. I'm not completely following. I'm following the pattern. I'm doing the blanket exactly how she's done it. All I'm doing is I am changing the colour the way she's done it, and I'm keeping the colour. No, I'm not changing the colour. I'm switching colours out, where she's put one colour, I'm putting a different colour, but just on a couple of squares. And there is squares with gifts in, and I'm going to do the middle one different. I just want one gift in the middle, and then 4 of these holly leaves in 4 corners. So I'm having a gift in the middle, holly leaves on the 4 corners, and then just plain in the rest of it. I just wanted to change it up a little bit. So that's another square. I've not joined them together, but I am going to do while I'm here. I'm going to finish my next one and then join them both together. So I've got the squares ready to carry on when I get home. So that's one square. And then this is another square. So I have done 4 of these, and this is, I think this is duck egg, isn't it? Yeah. This is 4 done in duck egg. And this is where I've changed it up. So when I'm doing the duck egg one, I don't know if you can see it in this light, but round 2, I've done duck egg instead of Lincoln. So I wanted it to be a sort of a contrast. They are all supposed to be this colour, if you can see. But I just changed mine up slightly. Just the second round to Lincoln. Not Lincoln, duck egg. And I think it looks nice. Well, that's what I think anyway. So yeah, that's what I'm doing over the next few days. I have got a little bit more crafting time while I'm here, but I'm trying to not sit down all the time and craft, because it's not good for my back. It's not good for my neck. I am getting a bit of pain in my hand because I've done a lot of crocheting this past week. I seem to have done a lot of crocheting. Anyway, so yeah, that is one of the things that I'm working on whilst I'm here. And then last but not least that I'm going to show you, oh, this tea is beautiful, is my Halloween fairy. And again, I haven't got the pictures with me. It's all on my iPad, so I will put a picture on the screen for you to show you what I'm making. Isn't she adorable? And I'm almost finished with her, but wouldn't you know it, I've not got any stuff in. I didn't bring in, I packed a lot of stuff in a bag, and then we vacuumed it out so it was nice and flat. And I thought I'd have loads. And I just had enough to make 2 pine cones and this doll. Anyway, here she is. Isn't she beautiful? She's got like a little chin. She has a little chin coming out and then going in. She's got beautiful little legs. Look at her legs. I love how they bend. Look at that. How they bend like this. And then she's got bendy arms. Her arms bend. She's got elbows. Of course she's got elbows. She's a fairy. Anyway, this is my October fairy. And I've nearly done with the body. I've just got to embroider some. I've got to go out to get some stuff in. So I'm going to have a walk into Froome after lunch. I'm going to get some stuff in to finish. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to get some stuff in to finish off her head. And get some black embroidery thread and do her eyes. She is done in Rico Rikarumi with 2.5mm hook. And the pattern is out of, I think it's Simply Crochet from January this year, or it might have been December last year. I don't know, I'll check for you. I'm not 100% sure, but I think you might be able to get this on Ravelry. I don't know, I'd have to have a look for you. Anyway, I'm really pleased with her. I've managed to get her face right this time. I didn't do her face correctly last time. I did something wrong. You shape her nose here, so she's got like a bit of a chin and a nose. I think I'd got her arms wrong last time, and I have made a mistake. Here, when you're doing this orange, you're supposed to do it in the front loop only. No. Yeah, the front loop only. So, no, sorry, the other way around. The back loop only. So the front loop is free for you to pick up stitches to put a frill around her arms. And I didn't do it. So I don't think... No, I can't pick stitches up there. So I don't think, I might see if I can get a little bit of orange tulle and maybe put her a bit of a frill on. If not, I'll just leave her as she is because it doesn't look too bad. But yeah, she's supposed to have a bit of a frill around her arms and I didn't do it right. That's the only mistake I made. So yeah, that is October's Flower Fairy. And that is what I'm working on. My daughter-in-law, Justina, she treated me and bought me this quarterly. No, it's not quarterly, it's every 2 months. Is that quarterly? No, that's bi-quarterly. Oh, I don't know what you call it. Anyway, I'll show you. So Justina very kindly bought me my Daphnes Diary. Oh, I love this. I absolutely love it. It's a beautiful book. I can't show it to you because, well, I can show it to you. Hold on. You can see it, can't you? So this is the front cover. I've decided that I'm going to make a journal out of this one, and I'm going to have this as my cover, and then that's the back cover. Oh, and if you could feel it, it's got like, I don't know, it's like a ruffled type of texture, the front of it. Anyway, there's some beautiful things in it. There's recipes. Look at these. I absolutely love them. Aren't they gorgeous? Oh, love them. Yeah, there's recipes in. There's things that you can fussy cut. There's beautiful pictures of gardens. Look at these that you can make for tags. So there's a 3D tag. So you it's all like is it? Oh no, you have to cut it out. I thought it was pre-cut out, but it's not. So if you get some of the sticky dots, you can do a 3D tag of that kitten. And then there's another one. Oh, the fox, look at that. Oh, I love it. Anyway, I'm not going to go into too much detail and show you that because we'd be here all day. But let me just show you the poster that come in the middle. Oh, I love it. It's really, really nice. Look at this. Isn't that lovely? I actually could make a journal out of that. Cover, a journal cover. But I'm thinking about my Christmas one's finished now. Well, when I say it's finished, it's got a couple more bits that I need to add to it that I've already made, but I've not put them in, which will take me 2 minutes. Yeah, so that one's nearly finished. I've got, I'm halfway through my other one. I'm calling it my flip-flop journal. But I have been looking at Halloween kits. I would like to make I don't know if I want to make an Halloween journal or an autumnal journal. I can't quite decide yet, but I'm going to have to get on with that. And then I've seen another Christmas one that I'd like to do. But I'd like to do this Christmas one for myself. I am going to sell my other one, I've decided. And I'm going to make this other one that I've seen for myself. So, that's it. I'm going to go and have a walk into Frome. I want to go to the second-hand shops or the charity shops because I'm after a hardback book. I want to also make an altered book. No, what do they call them? Hold on a second. Can't remember what they call them. I'll put it on the screen for you. It's a journal, so I want to go and have a look in some of the second-hand shops, and there's a couple of antique shops that's in Frome, depending on the price of a book, because obviously I'm going to glue it together and rip it apart, so it might not always be the right thing to do. I've got some papers here that I'm going to tea stain or tea dye or coffee dye this afternoon, so I might show you that. So yeah, I might come back. I'm not promising if there's anything exciting to show you or whether you just want to see my progress. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll come back over the weekend, maybe Saturday and Sunday. How about that? See how I got on with my fairy and my Knoll 9 patch, and you never know, I might even make another couple of, what are they called? Not acorns, pine cones. All right then, guys. Well, I'm going to go now, finish my tea and then walk the dogs and go into Frome. So hopefully I shall catch you maybe later on tomorrow. Okay, take care then. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.